Okay, so thanks a lot, Mattia. Thank you, everybody, for joining this meeting today. So just to briefly recap the agenda of our 2 hours together. The event is organized by EuroCC and Castile together with BDVA and EUH4D. So thank you, first of all, to Anna and Mattia to liaise with us and supporting the organization of this 2 hours meeting. Now, first of all, we will go into an introduction of BDVA, EUH4D, EuroCC and Castile, just to be aligned, everybody on the same level playing field. Then we'll go through the 2 sessions that we have today. The first one dealing with data protection and data preserving techniques, and the second one on federated services and data sets. Here you've got the speech and the speakers. Without going into further details, because we will cover them later, I would give the floor to Ana Garcia and then to Daniel in order to, briefly introduce this day. Thank you.
So
Ana,
thank you. Thank you very much, Luisa. I'm just gonna share my screen. I hope you can see it. A big welcome from my side. I'm Ana Garcia, I'm Secretary General of BDVA. For those of you who don't know me, I know there are some who know me well, but some maybe not so well. And I have to say I'm very excited with this particular workshop today, and I will explain now why. But first I will do a very short introduction, mainly for those ones again that are not so familiar with the Big Data Value Association. So we are an association, a European industry-driven research and innovation community, and we focus mainly on everything that has to be with the data economy and AI. And as you see, we serve in terms of policies, policies on data, on AI, but also aspects related to the digital transformation. We really have a great community. I will introduce it in a moment, very quickly. But also one of our, something that is in our DNA is our network of collaborations. And for that, we are part of different partnerships, alliances, and you see at the bottom that we were very much known because of the Big Data Value PPP. Still, I mean, EUH4D and 3 of the projects that we'll present today are part of this partnership, even when the calls are ended, because ended with Horizon 2020. We are one of the founding members of the Data and Robotics Partnership. We are part of the EuroHPC joint undertaking, where I think we position today also this workshop. And also we are part of the Data Spaces Business Alliance that I will also introduce very, very quickly, because there are connections, there are things that will be discussed today that eventually will create links with that alliance as well. So very quickly looking at the members, and you see we have research, have industry more or less and distributed not in all member states, but mostly all of them. And then just giving you a flavor of all the different logos of companies, large organizations, SMEs, research institutes, and some public players. This is also to show you, so we are here, and this is a slide that we show many times. It's not complete. It doesn't show the overall ecosystem, but here you see a technology readiness. Here on the vertical, you see a bit the stack, from the infrastructure to the services. And we position ourselves in between everything that has to be data spaces and data value creation and artificial intelligence. So what we will discuss today has to be very much with this connection with the infrastructure side, where we have the EuroHPC, but also, as I said, we are here forming the Data Spaces Business Alliance and also the Data and Robotics. But this is just to position ourselves in the overall European ecosystem. Here you can see our structure of task forces that has been in process of changing, but I have highlighted those ones that probably are more meaningful for the discussions today. So iSpaces that Daniel will introduce in a moment, even when I have on a slide, everything that has to be with the HPC, big data, AI collaboration. And I think there will be a lot of discussions about the skills as well. Why am I presenting also the Big Data Value PPP? I mean, we had a great success in leveraging of investments and results, but I'm bringing it up because there will be a focus today on data protection aspects, and we will have 3 projects that actually ended last year that bring their knowledge, and that's very important, no? Because we want to build in the knowledge of this project, so that's very important that they are here with us today, and I really thank them for joining us. The iSpaces, these secure data ecosystems for experimentation. This is one of the great, let's say, outcomes as aspects of BDVA. Daniel will elaborate more because the overall federation and EUH4D project has been built around this community. So I don't want to elaborate more as he will do, but just to also show that since the beginning of BDVA, our iSpaces as this, secure data experimentation ecosystems are one of the key areas of work for BDVA, and that's the part where we will, I think, discuss and we'll look for a lot of synergies with our colleagues. We are a private member of the EuroHPC joint undertaking together with ETP4HPC and Quick. And I think this workshop today is of great relevance for this partnership and the joint undertaking. So I'm very happy that finally, thanks to Luisa, other colleagues, and the whole, I mean, a very large team, we are here together to discuss about the topic that, it's not about why I'm bringing this today. This is what we did together, like before the joint undertaking started. So this document comes from 2017. This is a very technology oriented. And now, you have seen in the title of the presentation that we don't focus so much in technology, but in ecosystems. So we are doing the same thing, what we can learn from each other, from the ecosystems of HPC and the competence centers, and the ecosystems of data and AI in terms of iSpaces and digital innovation hubs. So it's great what the story that is starting today. It was necessary, and it's great that it's happening. Just mentioning with the Data Spaces Business Alliance, it's all about data, but that is very meaningful also for the HPC competence centers. And there are many activities going on, and among them, and this is still not public, but I bring it a bit as a heads up. We are working in the overall landscape of different hubs from the different communities that are at this stage engaged. And there is a document that will be published very, very soon. And just to let you know, also, we will have to eventually, as part of this roadmap of collaborations with the HPC competence centers, to see what is the connection with this, let's say, a network of hubs. And just by saying this, thank you very much, Luisa. And I'm really, as I said, excited. I think this is just the beginning of very strong collaboration. And I give you back the floor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anna. So I'll immediately pass the floor to Daniel, so we can go through his presentation and learn a little bit more about the iSpaces that Anna was mentioning. So Daniel, please, when you're ready, you can start.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Anna. I guess you can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can see it. Okay.
So, well, I have to share the enthusiasm from Anna. So I am also really excited to be here. So thanks for giving EUH4D the opportunity to present together with you our project here, and also for giving me the opportunity to introduce our project and the BDVA Species Group. My name is Daniel Alonso, and I am project manager at ITI, Research and Technology Center in the Valencia region in Spain. I am also the chair of the iSpaces group of BDVA that Anna already presented before, and I am also the coordinator of the EUH4D project, who is very much related to the iSpaces, as we will explain later on during this session. Okay, so I have prepared several slides to do the introduction, but I have to say that the most relevant aspect that it is behind the iSpaces group and then of EUH4D is collaboration. Okay, a collaboration that started 6 years ago in 2016 with the creation of the group and the involvement of the first 5 iSpaces. A collaboration that has lasted or has been set up during the last years. Also organizing joint events, sharing experiences, also finding synergies and doing things together, also increasing the trust on each other. And that materialized in the EUH4D proposal that we submitted the Horizon 2020 program by 2019, and fortunately was selected by the Commission to start the EUH4D project last year. So again, collaboration is behind the spirit of the IA spaces. Again, from the very beginning, as you can see here, the group has been growing during the last years, and then in the project that we started a couple of years ago and are running here now. So I will come back to the previous slide later on in the session, but let me just introduce the project EuH4D. Again, collaboration is a key aspect of the project because it's basically the main objective is to create a federation of data-driven innovation hubs. So again, collaboration is behind the spirit of the project, and so to define common objectives towards the consecution of the objectives that you can also see here, basically to the establishment of the common European data spaces, but also to contribute to bring closer to the SMEs in our local ecosystem the data-driven innovation that is happening also in Europe. So basically, these are the 6 pillars of the project that the project is based on. So the starting point, the ISpace in 2018, as I explained before, and the evolution. Okay, from this starting point of 10 ISpaces, the group of DIHs has been growing during the last years. So 9 new hubs were incorporated in 2021, and 9 new hubs have been incorporated in this year. All of them are ISpaces. So as you can see, we have get very aligned the EuH4D project and the ISpaces with the BDVA. And also, as you can see here, the third pillar is the community. So the community is basically what this workshop is about today, to establish link with other communities in the European landscape and to share and to learn from each other. So sorry, Anna, I stole this slide from you. I saw that you already presented, but I wanted to emphasize that in the project, on the one hand, on the project, we have a whole work package devoted to establish synergies and links with other European initiatives. It is led by EuroCC and BDVA, and it is very much aligned with the strategy of BDVA that Anna presented before to establish links with other initiatives in Europe. And this is what we are doing here today. So I just wanted to finish my introduction because after a quick check of our both projects, I have identified several aspects that maybe we can explore also in this workshop, but also in future workshops, because at the end of the day, we are doing, if not similar things, just activities quite similar in our own ecosystem. For instance, both of us we are creating a federation of network of initiatives based also on common assets. In our case, we are creating this federated catalog. In the case of EuroCC and Casiel's, you already included in your webpage HPC competencies and base services. In our case, we have also our own catalog of training and courses. In the case of EuroCC, you have also your training offer that we will explain later on. And finally, we have links with the data-driven initiatives. In our case, with BDVA, the projects under the Big Data Value PPP, as they will present later on, also with other projects under the data in the new artificial intelligence data and robotics PPP. In the case of Casiel and EuroCC, you have links with other initiatives. So this is something that we can also explore in our workshop today. And basically, this is all from my side. Again, really excited to be here, to look forward to the discussion later on. And thanks for giving us the opportunity to learn with you today.
So thank you very much, Daniel, for this introduction. So my turn now to briefly introduce the EuroCC project and the Garcia project, just again to have everybody on the same page. So let's move on EuroCC and then Garcia rapidly. EuroCC, first of all, my name is Luisa Monti and I'm ABD, Big Data Association in Italy. My role here is being the leader of the work package 2 in Castile, dealing with competencies and networking. That's why I'm here organizing this meeting today. So first of all, about EuroCC, we'll be talking about a project putting together 33 national competence centers in many different countries. You see them listed here. Talking about national competence centers on high performance computing, high performance data analytics, and artificial intelligence. The project is supported by the Coordination Support Action Castile, and the main goals of the EuroCC project is to develop and integrate and enhance during time a broad service portfolio, service and products, and in terms of a long-term action, also developing federated services. So here, the point of federated services turns again as an important aspect we have in common with EuroCC and BDVA. So in terms of course, the goals is also to increase the competencies on the three main pillars, HPC, HPDA, and AI during time, and see this ecosystem growing in terms of both competencies and services delivered to the end users. EuroCC should be the single point of contact, being the condition to serve as, central pivot for this ecosystem of 33 national competence centers, eventually further national competence centers to come in the future. And Castile, which is the coordination support actions, is only some of the countries dealing with it, of course. And anyway, Castile is focused in trying to support the growing of this network of 33 national competence centers, of course, dealing with different maturity levels of these hubs, of these points, of these different points of the network, and also trying to coordinate with other relevant stakeholders at the European level. Of course, the goals are closing gaps and trying to enhance the overall capabilities and competencies of the network, and trying to support the NCCs with materials, mechanisms, creating opportunities like the one today of liaising with other projects and other initiatives. Of course, the ambition is to foster the development of the participating countries within the EuroHPC ecosystem. Of course, we're talking about initiatives that are financed by the EuroHPC joint undertaking, which was mentioned by Anna before. So we're talking about, the overall goal of improving the infrastructures, services, and products around HPC available around Europe, across Europe. So that's it on my side. I would now close this first introductory session. So we should all be on the same level playing field. Very excited then to start with the data observing techniques. If Miroslav is ready, I would leave to him the floor. Miroslav Uskaric is a member of HLRS, and he will illustrate to us the orchestra project. So Miroslav, if you're there, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you.